Ever feel like you're just talking at someone? Not really with them.
Mhm.
Like those conversations that are just back and forth, no real connection.
Yeah, totally. Happens all the time.
Or maybe you're the one zoning out,
Oh, yeah.
thinking about your next point while they're still talking.
Guilty.
Well, get this. There's this technique called reflection that can completely change how we listen
Yeah.
and how we connect.
Reflection.
And we're diving into some excerpts from Therapist Aid today to break it all down.
Great, let's hear it. What is this? Some kind of therapy speak for just like listening better?
That's what I thought.
Mm.
But it's actually way more than that. It's not just about, yeah, I get it.
So what is it then?
It's about really showing the other person that you're not just hearing their words, but like you're trying to get them.
Ah, okay. So putting in the effort to understand their perspective, how we're feeling, all of that.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Because when you feel like someone's really trying to understand you, that's when a conversation goes from, just surface level to something more.
Right. Like it can change the whole dynamic. And the guide even talks about using a certain tone of voice when you're reflecting back to someone.
Oh, like a specific way of saying it.
Yeah, almost like a thoughtful question,
Yeah.
not just parroting back what they said.
So it's not you're stressed. It's more like
It's more like, it sounds like you're feeling really stressed.
subtle difference, but I can see how that would make someone feel more heard. Less like a diagnosis, more like you're trying to understand.
And here's where it gets really interesting. They even say to reflect back emotions that the person might not be saying directly.
Wait, so if someone's telling me about their crazy day, but they don't actually say I'm overwhelmed, I can still reflect that back.
Exactly.
That's interesting, because sometimes people don't even realize how they're feeling, right? Or they might not feel comfortable just coming out and saying it.
Totally. So if you can pick up on those cues, their tone, their body language, and reflect that back, it shows you're really paying attention.
So it's like active listening on another level.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm liking this. This is good stuff. So how do we actually do this without sounding like a broken record?
Right. Well, the guide gives some helpful phrases like, it sounds like you're feeling, or what I'm hearing is.
Okay, I like those. They're open-ended. Invite the other person to keep talking, to correct you if you're wrong. It's not just, yep, you're stressed, end of story.
And another thing the guide stresses, focusing on the main point.
Good point. Because sometimes people go off on tangents, and I'm over here trying to remember every detail.
Right. But we should really be listening for the core message. What are they actually trying to say?
Okay, I'm ready to try this out. Got any examples?
Yeah. Let's try one from the guide. I was in a bad mood yesterday because work has been so stressful. I just can't keep up with everything I have to do. What would you say?
Okay, let me see. I might say, it sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed and discouraged because you have a lot on your plate at work.
That's perfect.
Really?
It's so much better than just being like, ugh, work sucks, I feel you.
Right. It's actually engaging with their specific situation.
This isn't just about learning some communication trick, this deep dive. It's really about realizing there's a whole other way to connect with people.
And it's something we can practice every day in every conversation.
Right. Like how often are we just waiting for our turn to talk instead of really listening to what the other person is saying and what's behind their words?
So true. This has been eye-opening.
Next time you're about to jump in with your 2 cents, stop and ask yourself, am I really listening or am I just waiting to talk? You might be surprised at the difference it makes.
I'm gonna try that.
Me too. It's a simple shift, but I think it can make a big difference.